Rachel Casper, you walking antique store. You really fired up your rotary thoughts and logged onto the internet and called Prince Harry. Yes, Prince Harry, a washed up pariah. Like you're not sitting in front of Desperation era wallpaper, looking like a haunted doll collector. Let's start with your audacity, because it's hand-stitched and delusional. You, a woman dressed up like a church organist who moonlights at Civil War reenactments, thought you were qualified to declare someone irrelevant? Honey, your entire existence looks like it smells like mothballs and expired Avon perfume. You've got a wardrobe straight out of a dusty attic and a worldview to match. You're out here peddling books named Cup, which sounds less like a novel and more like a random object somebody grabs when they've lost the plot. Cup and Cup the continuation? Girl, is the next installment called Saucer the Reckoning? You write like you're trying to win a contest at your local retirement home and still losing to Doris, who only writes in cursive, and war flashbacks. And the nerve, the aching, brittle nerve to call Harry whiny with mommy issues? Of course you'd say that. You're the same flavor of emotionally constipated that confuses emotional intelligence with weakness and trauma healing with whining. Harry went to war, buried his mother, built a life, and married a black woman who triggers every fiber of your laced-up insecurity, and still manages to outclass the entire Windsor PR machine. Meanwhile, you're cosplaying aristocracy in your backyard and confusing Amazon reviews for literary awards. And as for no woman should marry him, Rachel, sweetie, let's be clear. No man, woman, or binary entity in this dimension or the next is waking up thinking, you know who I want to model my love life after? The emotionally stunted Etsy Duchess with a god complex and a scarf collection. You're not giving wise elder. You're giving missed the call to be a 1940s home ec teacher and never recovered. You don't care that Harry's irrelevant. You're furious that he's free, that he buried the rule book you worship and danced on its ashes with a black woman you were taught to fear. You're not just bitter, you're historically bitter. The kind of bitter that gets passed down with recipes and resentment. So here's your crown, Rachel, Queen of Delusion, Duchess of Irrelevance, and Supreme Minister of minding everybody else's business but their own. Now go back to your dollhouse, take a seat in your little tea room, and stitch together a better personality. Oh, Grandma, you typed all that nonsense from a place of such bitterness. You practically left a trail of slime behind you. Let's unpack your unmedicated fantasy real quick. This response deserves a whole video, because your public dragging deserves more than the amount of characters X provides me. You claim Meghan is the first wife of a royal prince, as if her entire personality begins and ends with a man you simultaneously claim has no value anymore. Which is it? Is he a prince or is he her spare? You can't even keep your misogyny and projection straight, calling her jealous and evil while preaching about peace, loyalty, and being a hippie? Baby, you're not a flower child. You're just withering. And still happily married in your bio while obsessing over someone else's marriage? That happiness must be hanging on by the same thread as your logic. You're not clever. You're not witty. And you're definitely not as anonymous as you think behind that Pink Floyd quote and Woodstock delusion. You're just another angry, aging royalist in a nostalgia coma, watching two people you'll never meet, living a life you've never had the guts to imagine for yourself. If Harry's the spare, you're the expired pantry item nobody asked for. Loud, stale, and embarrassingly past your use-by date. Let's say it Stories, strategic leaks. Enter Jason Knopf, a man who was supposed to serve Harry and Meghan. Instead, he played the role of Littlefinger in a Savile Row suit, masquerading as an advisor while stabbing them in the back. Knopf, with his masters in politics and communication, understood one thing better than anyone else. Narrative control is power, and so he weaponized it. He leaked private information to the British press. He fed Meghan to the tabloids like fresh meat to a starving mob. He manipulated the bullying narrative, one that was clearly orchestrated. It collapsed the second it hit sunlight. But what was his reward for betrayal? A shiny new position, royal favor, and worst of all, public protection. He wasn't exiled. He wasn't disgraced. He was promoted and praised, just like in Game of Thrones. The villains win if they play the game well enough. And let's not forget the Queen's Court, the Royal Rota, the courtiers, the aides. They operate like Varys's little birds, each with their own agenda, feeding disinformation to maintain the illusion of a perfect family. And when Harry and Meghan refused to be pawns, when they dared to protect their peace, speak their truth, raise their children outside of that toxic palace bubble, they were banished in all but name. They weren't running, they weren't escaping. They were surviving. And just like Daenerys in Game of Thrones, Meghan was admired until she showed power. She was adored until she had opinions. She was embraced until she said no more. Then suddenly, she was too much. Too controlling, too ambitious. Sound familiar? This isn't just about a family drama. It's about a centuries-old institution that would rather destroy its own than evolve. That would protect a lying press, a treacherous aide, and an adulterous future king before it protected a mother and her children. So stop pretending it's about protocol or duty. This is about the crown fearing what Meghan represented. Modernity, independence, change. And Harry? He committed the gravest sin of all. He chose love over legacy. And for that, the royal family showed us exactly who they are. Not Windsors, just well-dressed Lannisters. Only colder and far more calculated. Imagine waking up mad about tea because Meghan had the audacity to price hers like it wasn't meant for you in the first place. I don't even use X because I don't need to hide behind a fake profile picture like some scared little troll. When I drag someone, I do it face forward with full confidence and eye contact. But apparently, the trash has been talking again. So here I am. You mean to tell me you really thought you had a moment because Meghan's tea costs more than the kind that comes in a 100-pack from Walmart? Oh no! A luxury wellness brand dared to price their product like a luxury wellness brand. Groundbreaking. Sweetie, that's not a gouge. That's branding. That's called having taste, storytelling, design, curation, and most importantly, customers willing to pay for it. You think Tom Ford cologne costs $3 to make? You think people are buying La Mer for its ingredients? No, they're buying for the experience, the name, the feeling. But I wouldn't expect someone who still buys family-sized tea bags next to laundry detergent to understand that. Do you even know what Tom Ford and La Mer are? You're not mad about the price. You're mad it wasn't meant for you. You saw something elegant, exclusive, aspirational, and instead of scrolling past like a rational adult, your impulse was to rage tweet from the sidelines because deep down, you know you can't touch it. And that's not Meghan's fault. That's a you problem. And here's the best part. Someone actually did a taste test between Meghan's tea and the one you're frothing at the mouth over. And guess what? Meghan's won. Because of course it did. It's not the same tier. It's not even in the same universe. You're out here comparing a Bentley to a used scooter. This isn't about tea. It's about you being allergic to seeing Meghan thrive. She could sell air in a satin pouch, and you'd find a way to cry grift through your burner account. So please, stay loud, stay broke, stay lurking in the replies. Meghan will keep building her empire. One hand blend, sold out, not for you product at a time. Welcome to the bonus round of the Sussex Diaries. You asked for receipts, and baby, we printed them in royal ink. This is the receipts. What they said versus what happened. Remember when Harry said the firm promised they'd protect Meghan? Then let the tabloids call her everything but a child of God? Compare that to how they treat Kate. Or Sophie, or Camilla even. Meghan was fed to the press for policy. The press screamed Megxit blindsided the Queen. But leaked emails later showed that Charles and the Queen knew what was coming. It wasn't an ambush, it was an escape plan. And everyone at the top got the memo. Ah yes, the greatest gaslight of all time. They left for privacy but keep doing interviews. Privacy doesn't mean invisibility. It means consent. And the Royal Rota is built on violating that. After Oprah, the palace dropped this line. Recollections may vary. Cute. But the receipts don't. From Avocado Gate to Too Woke to the color of Archie's skin. Racism wasn't a subplot. It was the main script. They called Meghan a diva. Said staff cried. But then, everyone started quitting the palace. Turns out the bully narrative hit harder when the real dysfunction stayed behind. This was the bonus episode, the receipts. Because memory fades, but screenshots don't.
There's a term you may not have heard of that describes something that I've suspected has been going on for a while now. It's called racism laundering. It describes a practice that happens quite often, both in online spaces and IRL. The idea is you get a black or brown person to peddle your white supremacist talking points as their own and thus use their race as a cleansing agent of sorts to help you avoid any accusations of racism. It's essentially blackfishing with consent. This can happen in a couple of ways. It can be self-directed. A black or brown person who sincerely subscribes to conservative ideals can be targeted by right-wing media outlets or political organizations to become a mouthpiece for their white supremacist views. These ultra-right-wing outlets will incentivize a person of color to spew racist ideals in service of their agenda, or it can happen in a more surreptitious way. A scandal at a popular UK paper, the Daily Mail, has exposed an even more sinister form of this practice. Conservative writer Dominique Samuels recently outed the paper for offering to pay her for a, quote, ghost-written, negative, verging on racist piece, which she turned down because it apparently went a bit too far. This time, when a commenter asked her about whether another piece that she had supposedly written that attempted to downplay racism against Meghan Markle was also ghostwritten, she simply responded, yeah, it was. Commenters who are familiar with the Daily Mail's content immediately started to question how far-reaching the practice was, considering that the Daily Mail regularly publishes content by several black conservative writers. This racism laundering seems to play into a larger phenomenon of influence peddling that seems to be much more common than it used to be. The practice of black and brown talking heads, commentators, politicians, and operatives essentially selling their minority status to the highest bidder. I'm sure they see it as a winning strategy. You announce yourself as being amenable to discussing issues from a decidedly conservative, even borderline racist point of view, and you instantly become a hot commodity to the right. They're always in need of black and brown voices to communicate messaging that might come off as racist if it were known to be coming from a white person. And there's the added benefit of pulling more black and brown people into the fold by showing them someone who looks like them, who thumbs their nose in the face of the liberal left. They now get to be the mavericks, the elite, the chosen few who really get it. Racism laundering may not always happen as blatantly as it did with the Daily Mail, but the practice is alive and well. Once you're aware of it, you'll start to recognize the earmarks of it, and hopefully you'll begin to question some of the messaging coming from black and brown people that's meant to normalize white supremacy. Hey DC, I can't wait to see you on the 15th of October. Check the ticket link in the description of this video or in my bio for details.
The Prince of Wales has grown up in such a privileged lifestyle that he doesn't have mechanics to choose for himself anymore. Everything is done for him. His pajamas are pressed every morning so that they don't have creases in them for the next day. His shoelaces are pressed flat with an iron. His underwear is folded in a certain way. The bath towel has to be placed in a certain fashion. Prince Charles does have his valet squeeze 1 inch of toothpaste onto his toothbrush every morning. On one occasion, he rang me from his library and he said, "Oh, Paul, a letter from the Queen seems to have fallen into my waste paper bin. Would you pick it out?" The waste paper bin was there. He was sat there. I had to bend down into the paper bin and pick out the letter, put it back on his desk. "Will that be all, Your Royal Highness?" "Yes, thank you very much."
Hi, baby. You want to say hi, people?
Hey, everybody. How you doing today?
How you doing today, baby?
Good.
Where you going?
Going to Hoo-Ha Mongolian Grill.
Okay, so that's a Hoo-Ha Mongolian grill.
Yeah.
So we're going to have lunch.
We're going to have some lunch.
A Mongolian grill.
It's our brunch. Breakfast, lunch.
Breakfast and lunch. Yeah. And it's Sunday today.
Sunday all day.
Sunday today. Beautiful day in Colorado. And baby's doing some talking out here.
Yeah.
You being nice to people?
Absolutely.
You being nice to me?
Yeah.
Ah!
Clean roast. Hey, don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
We need to subscribe, guys.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes. Subscribe and share my videos.
Please.
Right? Please subscribe and share my videos. Right, baby?
Yeah. And don't forget to like this video.
Like the video and share and subscribe, right?
Yeah. Tell us what you guys want to see.
Yeah,
Tell us
well,
what you want to know about.
they're just gonna want you to come down there and support the successes. That's why we
We're
want.
doing that.
Ah,
Support the truth. 100% truth.
yes, that's right. That's what we do. We support the truth. We fight with the truth, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're
Hold
getting
them
in.
accountable.
We're gonna hold all the rest is accountable.
Absolutely. You got no room.
Let me see you, sir. Rice.
Alright, get what you want.
What I want. I don't really know what I really want if you ask me that. What I wanted, I want everything out here.
You can get everything.
So put it in the second bowl?
Yeah. And then it's all those vegetables you have to get too.
Yeah, I don't care about that vegetable too much. I want all the meats.
All the meat. You want some spicy sausage?
Yes. And we're going to look at those vegetables later.
You want some of that? Well, you have to go through all at the same time to get everything.
Yes. So go ahead and get everything.
Okay. Some of these. Asian meatballs?
Yeah. I just want to test everything. If it tastes good, I eat it. If it doesn't taste good, I throw it away. Yeah.
You want mussels?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want mussels. I want everything.
This could be a big plate.
That's crab kind of. What is good? That crab. You know that crab is original. This crab.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot to eat.
I have a lot. Did you see that money? $62. For $62, you want to eat this little tiny?
I'm gonna go through like one.
That's what it is.
Right.
But
You don't have any more room for more
I
meat.
can't eat lots of food.
That's what I said. Look how much you just got.
No, I just take it and eat at home.
Well, you can go through a couple times. All right, so now you got to carry out that. You got to go over here now.
Maybe we need some vegetable to put vegetable, or maybe put vegetables on top of it.
We'll go over here.
So it's gonna be like fried rice.
Stir fry.
Okay. Then stir fry. I
All right, pick which one you want.
like
Put it on let's put it on top of your noodles.
Okay. Whatever this is, it looks like a zucchini. This one here looks like bad news, and there's cabbage. And I like a lot of onions. I don't know if I like this green pepper. Maybe one or two. I don't even know if I was getting the right stuff. Green pepper. Rather put that thing back. I'm not eating all those spinach. I'm probably eating you vegetables. Like all those potatoes, they look like bad news. I like jalapeno.
There's no potatoes. That's broccoli. They have also over here. They have broths and oil and garlic.
Yeah. I'm waiting. Tell you is first. Let me see where you get it.
I don't know where I'm getting it.
Where do you put this one? You just put it on this food like that?
Yeah, you just put it on top. You can put as many or as little as you want. I would recommend more sauce than less.
More what?
I would put more than less. The more sauce, the better.
More sauce, the better. Okay, I go with this peanuts and garlic, mango, mustard. Mongolia is gonna burn your mouth. This is what this one here says. Mongolia is gonna burn your mouth. I see how it's gonna burn my mouth. For real. Black pepper, that's the fake. No, I do not want no food or anything like that.
Okay. What do you got so far? How many?
I got
Those two? Alright, so over here they have some other ones. Let's go over here.
ginger.
You want some ginger?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Do you want any garlic broth?
Yes, sir.
Garlic? I'll put that on the veggies. Do you want any, they got soy sauce?
No, I don't like that one.
Garlic oil, chili sauce?
Garlic oil. Yes.
Garlic oil. Alright.
Yes.
We'll do a little bit on that one. A little bit on that. You want any sesame oil?
Sesame oil, yes, sir.
Alright.
What are you doing now? You messed up your clothing? Did you see what you got? Is that only meat and vegetables?
Alright, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Alright, grab your balls and let's go over here.
Well, you telling me to grab it, then you grabbing it.
See what these mix together and these ones. Yeah,
Yes.
you got it. Love it. Let's do it.
That looks good, huh? No, I want to film a little bit the magic of cooking. Chef, can I film you a little bit? You didn't hear me, but anyway, I'm getting the video. I'm getting the magic, the cooking magic video. Who's covering it? Y'all see all this special cooking spots in here? It kind of looks good to me. I'm hoping it's gonna taste that good. That's special cooking style. Is it special?
Yeah. I can still do the tricks and I can go behind my back. Afterwards, I can throw behind my back like this. I used to work here for years. As much as you want. You can eat 1,000. You can stay
But
here for
who
6.
has got belly to do that
You
much?
can stay here all day.
I can't
Eat
eat.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
I can't sit down here and eat all day.
No?
No.
Why not?
You know I don't eat that much. I don't like the food that much.
Look how much you got.
If you know, if it was in my spirit, if somebody could just stay with that food, I'd be good. Yeah, I stay some places. I'm just filming everything in this place. Thank you.
Enjoy. Take care.
You got spoon for me and a fork? I'm not using those sticks. Just get me fork.
They don't have spoons.
Did you need spoon?
No, they don't have them.
Well, but we don't need spoons, I think. I don't think we do you?
Alright, now what do you want to drink?
What I want to drink? Whatever drink they got for us.
Well, what do you want?
What do I want? Water. So guys, this is the food we're eating today. From Mongolian face. The chefs. Well, did they look Mongolian? I don't know. But this is the food. The food looks good. We got all the rolls. And that's Dan's food. I'm not sure if I like how that looks, but and this is mine. Looks delicious. It tastes really good. You got water for me? And
Yeah. I got you some sake.
what is sake?
Sake is wine. I didn't get you no sake.
You got me wine? Have you ever seen me drinking wine?
No. That's why you get no wine.
Because I don't
Don't
drink
be whining
alcohol.
about the wine.
And because I can't drink alcohol.
Me neither.
See how hyper I am? And you want to give me alcohol, I'm probably going to kill somebody. You need to keep me
Don't worry.
off those bottles.
I brought rope. You get crazy.
Yeah, you did. If I get crazy, you're going to tie me up.
Protect you. Don't worry.
You're going to protect me from myself, huh? So what are those?
What? These are pot stickers. Those are crab roll. Egg rolls, and those are crab cheese wontons. Oh,
That's the one you were talking about? That's just cheese. No. It's just a bunch of cream cheese, whatever is fried in there, babe.
yeah.
What, the hell? What, the actual hell? Yeah. Okay.
Baby corn.
Is that what you eating? Mine tastes more delicious than that trauma.
Oh, it does now.
It's a hot. Stop doing that. See how hot mine is? Try it.
Need some salt.
I need some salt.
You want some salt? I can get salt for you.
Yeah, go get salt for me. Please.
Yeah, there's no salt in it.
That's what it
Or you
is.
can put
Huh?
soy sauce if you want that. So.
I don't eat soy sauce.
Now, there you go. Enjoy.
Thank you, sir. That food is a lot of food. You know what I was eating that thing? It's like that soy sauce just ruins it for me.